Okay, Libra. So let's have a look at what's going on in terms of your career and ambition in these 2 weeks from the 28th of February, taking you through to the 14th of March, around to the time of the full moon in Virgo, around the time of the total lunar eclipse. So really what I want to do here is just show you how you can identify opportunities and moments to be productive, how you can navigate any challenges that are coming up, and also understand what's going on with your financial resources. So, when I'm looking at those kinds of things in a chart, I would really be paying some attention to your 10th and your second house predominantly. So your second house is very much about how much money you're happy to receive. The 10th is very much about how are you stepping into the space you've created for your career. Like, who are you becoming? Now, what I like about this is your money house is ruled by both Mars and Pluto. I always like both rulers. So Mars and Pluto, Pluto's shifted recently into this place of what lights you up, what brings you joy, and how are you creating. So I think this is kind of exciting. Pluto is already showing you that there are new ideas and new potentials and probably new talents that you're wanting to do more with. I think that's really helpful. Now, Mars is currently in your 10th house, and in your 10th house, he's going to be empowering your career. You're going to be stepping forwards, striding forwards. But of course, it hasn't quite been like that, has it, recently? Since the 6th of December, Mars was here in this place, happily networking away, feeling quite confident. And then he went retrograde, slowly back to this point. And then, went direct 2 days ago. I was recording this on the 26th. He went direct on the 24th. So, during that time, any sort of confidence and that lovely kind of flow state that you'd found yourself in, it started to unravel, it started to go backwards, and probably you were feeling like, oh crikey, now what? And yeah, I think it stopped you in your tracks. When Mars is retrograde, you're internalizing the sort of very sort of yangy, confident, brave, warrior-like part of yourself. And so there's this internalization of your energies and a difficulty in getting them out. So that would have had a knock-on effect. You've most likely been quite quiet in terms of your business and almost been like charged in your body, but not being able to discharge it, not knowing where your energy should go. Well, this is where it all releases and starts to flow again. It's already started to flow. I would say if you've had any difficulties just around the 6th of December, watch out for them coming back. Make sure that whatever was ailing you around the 6th of December, you've discharged properly. I had something come back and it was a bit of a shock, I have to say. But this Mars, now he's going direct. He is in this beautiful relationship on the new moon, in a lovely trine to the sun and the moon, and also in a lovely trine to Mercury and Saturn, really stabilized. And they're all in your 6th house. This new moon in your 6th house, which is another house that I would absolutely look at in terms of your career, because it's one of those supportive bases. The 6th is where you do your work. It's how you manage your life, how you manage your health and your energy and your money. And so this new moon is really here to give you some encouragement that now is the time. You can do this. You can reach out. So I really am excited for you, Libra. I think you are about to move beyond one of your you're about to move beyond a glass ceiling, somewhere where you've kind of capped where you can go. I think you're about to smash through it if you choose to. And so this new moon is brilliant for that. Now, this new moon, as it's going through this whole career, from a career perspective, as it's moving through, it's going to end up the total lunar eclipse in Virgo. It's almost showing you the meaninglessness of life, where this full moon is going to show up. It's really in your blind spot. It's going to bring a lot of emotions, a lot of psychic energy into your awareness in a way that's kind of surprising, because it's not necessarily where you put your focus. It's highly, highly charged. I don't think this is a time, so as you're coming up towards this time, I would choose to take a step back, but be planning my inner resources. You know, this is so close to the first house in your whole sign chart. To me, this full moon is showing that it's time to kind of dissolve the character that you've created for yourself. It's kind of exploding it. It's almost like there's too much of this, and this 12th house is, it's like the unconscious mind. I always think this is, the journey of man. This is the journey of your life. The first house is about your arrival. You're here, and this is what you're creating. And this new moon is what you're materializing in the real physical world. And then as we come through this journey, this is showing what you're dissolving and letting go of so that you can recreate yourself again. So whatever is going, and the next full moon after that will be here. So yeah, if I was in your shoes right now, with this new moon, I would choose to create some new vision of where I want to be in my career, knowing that Mars has got my back, i.e., I'm charged, ready to make more money. I've got a good, clear idea. I've got the confidence. I've got the stability. I can communicate my goals, and know that whatever is coming up is going to need me to dissolve my current expectations of myself, so that you're into a letting go phase. So that's probably what I would do, is just visualize what I am becoming and be ready to let go of everything that I'm unbecoming. Does that make sense? Final things then that I want to share with you in terms of your careers, and let's think in terms of what you might be resisting and holding back on, in terms of productivity, and also how you might navigate challenges. Because, the 8th house is also the place where we might not want to move through the glass ceiling. We might not want to make that final transition and like move on. We might not be ready to kind of let go of the old us. But really, I think you're at a turning point. So, Uranus here, is one of the rulers of your 5th house of creativity, and Pluto is here right now to transform it. So I think there is a link. You can be creative, but your creativity is going to transform you to the next level. Now, Uranus here is to me, it feels like you're trying to avoid the shock. You don't want the shock of the new, and you're trying to minimize the shock of potentially winning loads or potentially losing loads. And so wherever you fear the loss, wherever you fear the gain equally, that's what's holding you back. That's what's keeping you in this resistance pattern. So if you're able to somehow get behind that and understand where those fears are coming from, you'll be turbocharging yourself for something really, really new. Now, the 8th house, I think, is also an ancestral house. In my own experience with my own chart, it's where if any old argy-bargy's going on with my family and I'm falling out with people, there's usually something 8th house related going on there. It really shows the old patterns that have been passed down from generation to generation to generation. I wonder, how willing are you to move up so much so that you may well even kind of separate yourself from your usual story of who you are and what you were meant to be, and where you were meant to live in life and stuff. To me, it's like, if you're still trying to progress whilst wanting to maintain the approval of the people in your life, who obviously, everyone says, oh yeah, I want you to do really, really well. But of course, when you start to do really well, you come out of the context and the knowing of the people around you. You get more well known, or you do well and start earning more money than people can conceive. And your family may well try, they'll be happy for you, but that there's a kind of barrier going in between you. If there's anything like that going on, any kind of visualization you can do that allows everyone to be at grace, everyone to come into allowance, for you to find a peace to go on your journey independently. To me, it's a bit like leaving home. Everyone knows it's going to happen at some point. You know, we grow up, we get to a certain stage, and we leave home, and we have to, and it's important. And we make make different choices. And the moment we step outside of our family home, we become a new person. You know, we start to make our own choices about the kind of bread we eat, or whether we have margarine or butter or whatever. And we come out of the context of our parents. We individuate, which isn't something that, you know, the Libra energy finds easy. So anywhere where you catch yourself in programs of trying to keep the same familial pattern going for you because you're afraid of stepping into something new, that's where the transformation happens. So I'm going to leave that there. I really hope that's helpful to you, Libra, and wishing you loads of luck on this journey. And hopefully I'll catch up with you soon. But anyway, lots of love and catch you next time. Bye for now.